You don't have any moral right to question Niger Republic Coupists. Nigerians, WAHALA don shell. They just drag President Bola Tinubu left, right, and center. This one when they prepare to go war in Niger. Then they tell us say, you dey talk about war. What is the difference between Niger coup and rigged election in Nigeria? They not be the same thing. And you, when they prepare for war, you are just in office for 3 months. How are you ready for this war? And what right do you have to even go for that war? Because all of them are corrupt. And that is what is bringing all this coup here and there. You understand? And some persons got the talk, say, see, Nigerian president is not just fighting for Niger, he's fighting for himself. This is a personal fight to him, is a personal fight, because he's afraid that if this succeed in Niger, likely this is going to happen in Nigeria as well. So now see where the wahala is. So, well, make we just hit the news and get the full details. But before then, guys, if you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. According to Vanguard, the Labour Party claimed on Saturday that President Bola Tinubu lacked the moral authority to lead member countries of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, into a war against the military junta in the Republic of Niger. According to Labour Party National Publicity Secretary Obiora, a government supposedly lacking in legitimacy that has forced itself into power, such as the coup plotter in the Republic of Niger, cannot presume the dignity of commanding a Puritan army against a sovereign nation. The party claimed that the process leading up to the election was far more significant than the outcome. The statement said the processes that led to the 2023 general election was distorted, rigged, adding that a government that came to power through such illegal means lacks the moral justification to question a similar process committed outside the shores of that country. We firmly believe that charity should always start at home. The party argued that a government resulting from such a process would be tantamount to a military coup in the election if the election was wantonly rigged. It said a coup is a coup, whether by the military or in a democracy, and asks how one could explain a situation in which the most popular candidate with the supposedly highest number of votes in an election wins the election. The popular support for another candidate whose alleged victory was aided by fraudulent government institutions, he said. So guys, what's your take on this? The Labour Party has claimed on Saturday that President Bola Tinubu lacked the moral authority to lead member countries of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, into a war against the military junta in the Republic of Niger. According to Labour Party National Publicity Secretary Obiora, a government supposedly lacking in legitimacy that has forced itself into power, such as the coup plotter in the Republic of Niger, cannot presume the dignity of commanding a Puritan army against a sovereign nation. The party claimed that the process leading up to the election was far more significant than the outcome. The statement said the process that led to the 2023 presidential election was distorted. It was rigged, adding that a government that came to power through such illegal means lacked the moral justification to question a similar process committed outside the shores of that country. We firmly believe that charity should always start at home. The party urged that the mean to say the party argued that a government resulting from such a process would be tantamount to a military coup if the election was wantonly rigged. It said a coup is a coup, whether by the military or in a democracy, and asked how could one explain a situation in which the most popular candidate with the supposedly highest number of votes in an election wins the election. The popular support for another candidate whose alleged victory was aided by fraudulent government institutions. So are you not even surprised that all the policies that Tinubu has rolled out are all having negative effects? He cannot get it right because he is using stolen mandates to operate. Our sufferings have multiplied since he came in. He has allowed himself to be used by fraudulent ECOWAS rulers. Your mandate is being challenged in courts and you are expected to be chairman of ECOWAS. Who does that? The ECOWAS body itself is very much corrupt. If not, how would they, for the first time, think of making a corrupt man who brought his way to a presidential seat and the case is still in the court, their leader? And you can now say that he has no conscience at all. See, the matter when they grand now be say, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should think twice before going to war. We don't want war again. We already at war with ourselves here. We don't tire. Person when they hungry, no they go war. If anything happen now, say war come break out now, we go suffer well. I better make a drop on for you. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section.